Hi and welcome to this amazing series of the 5 best combos, and the next recipe that I'm going to show you definitely cannot miss the list, and that's right, yes, it's Rajma Chawal. So Rajma Chawal to an extent is like comfort food for most of us, and you definitely cannot have Rajma with a paratha. It has to be had with Chawal, and that is why it's on the list. So how do you get Rajma Chawal right? Let's follow the recipe and get it right. So first thing is that you need to soak the Rajma. So there are 3 types of Rajma which are available in the market. I prefer to use this one because this melts in the mouth soon after you've cooked it, and I have learned this recipe from a very close friend of mine, Minky Singh, and I stood and I watched while she made it, and I somehow managed to make it like her. Definitely not exactly how she makes, but I think I am quite happy with the product, and now I'm sharing her recipe with all of you. So this is the Rajma that I have soaked overnight, and what we're going to do now is we're going to pressure cook it. So the water in which we had soaked the Rajma, I have thrown that water and refreshed it with some fresh water. To this recipe I have done a little bit of my alterations. So along with Rajma, I'm going to add in some hing to this so that it takes care of your flatulence, and a little bit of haldi, a little bit salt, and now we'll place the lid. I'll shift this to another flame, and we'll let the Rajma cook for a good 6 to 7 whistles on medium heat, and after that we'll see what's to be done. But now the next thing is to get the masala. To make the masala, we'll start off by taking in some oil. Let's add in some onions to this. So the onions will have to brown. In the meanwhile, let's slice some garlic. Just a little bit of garlic is what we need, and you just have to slice it because eventually we're going to make this into a paste. So the garlic goes into the onion. We've got some ginger as well, and now this is what we need to saute, and this masala has to now brown a bit. So we let this brown. Better way or the faster way of doing it is to cover it. So when you cover it, the heat retains or heat stays within the pan, and the cooking happens faster. I have to also cook the rice because Rajma without the rice is incomplete. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook rice by the absorption method, which means that I let all the water get absorbed by the rice. So I have some basmati rice which I've soaked, and as per the math for rice goes is that if it's soaked for good 20 minutes, you need to add in water which is about double the quantity of rice. So 2 cups of rice, so 4 cups of water. But by now I've more or less got it right without the cup measurement. So what I do is, whatever is the level of the rice in the pan, I generally put an inch of water level above the level of the rice. Before covering it, we'll put some salt and we'll let this cook. The rice will cook nicely, and I'll shift the rice to another burner. And let's now concentrate on getting the masala for the Rajma right. Okay, so now into this, let's start adding some dry spices. A little bit of turmeric, just a little bit, followed by some red chilli powder. And I like to have my Rajma spicy, hence a little bit more of that, and a little bit of Rajma masala. And tomatoes, some fresh coriander, lovely. After you put the tomatoes, let's add some salt, and we'll cover this and let the entire masala go soft. Okay, so the masala is done. The rice is also cooked. You want to have a close look at the rice? Look at this. It's still bubbling. I'm going to switch off the heat and let the rice cook in its own steam. And coming to the masala is also done. Switch off the heat and look at this. The oil has separated from the masala. The reason that I'm removing it on a plate like this is because I want to cool it And here you go. A few whistles are done already. Okay, so the masala is still quite hot for it to go in the mixie, but what we can start is with getting the gravy right. So a little bit of oil. So the oil is hot. In the hot oil, let's add some jeera, followed by some onion. And there's one thing that you need to add to your rajma is desi ghee. So a little bit of that. And now let's saute the onion, and also keeping in mind that you are waiting for the masala to cool down for us to blend in the mixie, and I think it's done. So let's do that as well. And some water to this. Okay, so we've made the masala, we've ground it to a paste, and it'll take a while for it to go in. So the onion is more or less done. Let's add very little of ginger garlic paste because the masala that we have made already has good amount of ginger and garlic. So here goes the onion, ginger, garlic, a little bit of rajma masala, just a little bit. And now, yes, we now need to add this paste that we've done and all of it to go in. Remember one thing, that this paste has been cooked, so you just have to briefly cook it with the onions now, and we need to cook this along with the rajma which we have pre-boiled and kept. So we'll just give this a boil and then add in the rajma to this. So I'll just cover it and let it cook a little bit. In the meanwhile, the pressure cooker has the rajma which we boiled. So I guess it's done. You see the rajma, it's completely cooked and it's slightly mashed also. Just look at this. So this is how you really need to cook it. Only if the rajma breaks from the center, which means it's completely done. After opening the pressure cooker, if you still see the rajma intact, which means it's not cooked. And now nothing to be done. We are going to mix the masala and the rajma together and cook it. So either ways, you can either put all of this into this or you can put this masala into this. I leave it to you. I think I'm going to put it in the pressure cooker because it's a deeper vessel and it becomes easier for it to cook and boil. But how do you do that? I'll tell you. So this masala, you see, is all cooked. It's now sticking to the base of the pan because there's no much moisture left in this. So what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of rajma from this into this, from this into this. Mix it up like this and add this to this. Everything into this. And now what we'll do is we'll let this come to a boil. Everything into this. Mix it up nicely. It's too thick for its identity. We'll add some water. And now this needs to boil and boil and boil. And after it boils, it's ready for your consumption because your rice is also done. All you want to do probably is cut some onions and some lemon slices. After which we'll serve it with this piping hot steamed rice. Rajma and chawal ready. You get to your kitchen, soak your rajma and make it for tomorrow's tiffin, lunch or dinner. I'll leave that to you. But I hope you enjoyed watching this recipe video and I hope you make it soon in your kitchen. Till then, bye-bye, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.